Have you fallen off track? Give yourself a break. You'll get back on track. Today is the day. Or will it be another misfire? No. In this video, I want to give you 5 ways to get yourself back on track in this crazy world of impossible distractions, playing on all of our fragmented little minds, when all we want to do is to have a purpose and shine. Why is it so hard all the time? Why must it always be such a grind? I gotta stop rhyming. So how do we get back on track after falling off or judging ourselves for falling off? And by falling off, I mean failing to live up to some of the goals that we've set out. And is the judgment and self-condemnation of this itself that keeps us off track? It won't help, I can tell you that. Or is it the cheap dopamine spikes that come from social media and any other bad habit that's easy to access and hard to overcome when trapped in a tidal wave of fear that keeps us from doing what it is we've set out to do? Fear being synonymous with addiction. All addictions are fueled by fear because fear is indeed the engine of addiction, usually propelling us towards the things we fear most, like poverty and regret, or just a sense of having no real purpose, being lost, confused, and ambivalent. It is indeed a spiritual war, and perhaps the spiritual war, to overcome these things and get back on track. Just to get back on track is not that easy, so cut yourself some slack. And by on track, I think we simply mean filling our days with activities that help others and that are fulfilling to us, which ideally can produce a way and a means for our own survival. So many of us, when we wake up, the first voice we hear in our mind or thought has already defeated our day, has already put our life on trial and condemned us, like a drunk who has 1 drink and so then has 10, or someone that cheats on their diet and so then eats all of the ice cream. These negative thoughts can spiral out of control. We have to, falling off track is like that. Listening to the negative voices or thoughts is like that. Being stuck on the proverbial couch is like that, because everything is built on momentum. So if the momentum happens to be going in the wrong direction of our dreams, how do we then turn that momentum around? Here are 5 ways to turn it around, to get the beginner's mind back, to find that mojo you once had or dreamed of having, to forgive yourself for falling off and resume progress. You gotta forgive yourself. It's not easy. Steady on, mate. We've got this, geezer. Take the whip out of your hand. Stop smacking your own back with it. What's done is done. We are here now, residing in the infinite potential of love. I'm even inspiring myself right now. After all, we all just want to be agents of transformation. At least I do, to help myself and to help others to live up to the gift of this life, this wonderful, epic, incredible, extraordinary gift called life. So how do we get there? Step 1, reflect and reassess. Not every step is because we've mangled our dopamine receptors or fallen off track. Some of us may be shifting and evolving, and our dreams might reflect that. It's good to reassess the situation sometimes. For instance, is this still what I want? Am I still going about this the right way? The whys and what fors of it all. Don't overthink it, but if a significant pause has occurred, it's worth having a look under the hood of your life, so to speak. Most of the time, we stop or pause forward momentum by some form of negative thinking that's crept in, some back door from a toxic suggestion by a so-called friend, or just some demon floating in the ether that we've listened to again. But as we are paused, we may as well reassess before we dive back into our inspired grind. Seek first the kingdom. Ask to be guided from what is eternal within. Somewhere it says, seek first the Father, and all else will be added on. I think the Bible maybe. Let's try that with a bit of morning meditation at sunrise before we dive back in. And this really helps, observing our thoughts, and because then we turn a light on the negative actions in the mind. which has caused us to stop perhaps. Step number 2, break it down into manageable steps, our goals, that is. This is a big one because overwhelm is overwhelming. Oh no, my overwhelm has overwhelmed me again. Overwhelm can make us inactive, full stop, or just make us stop like a fool, or foolishly stop, full stop, till we blow off our top. And in this modern world, every pursuit has the potential to be overwhelming. In fact, I can't really think of one that isn't. They're all overwhelming, tending to all the modern requirements. Social media, for instance, is like a full-time job for many goals these days. We gotta get ourselves out there and such. It's all too much. So it's one day at a time, one step at a time. Think of it like pushing a car over the hump to build momentum into the descending hill. But first, we must get over the hill of inactivity until we are going again in the right direction. It's going to be hard and slow at first, but that amazing creative momentum and cruise control is right on the other side of some difficult baby steps to turn it all back around. Knowing it is supposed to be difficult is also helpful. This is spiritual war after all, baby. If it was easy, everyone would be living a fulfilling life of purpose. Take the steps in the right direction, as lame as they may appear at first. Don't let judgment get you down, just move towards the goal. Keep pushing. Number 3, create a plan and set deadlines. Develop a clear plan of action to reach your goals, define specific tasks, and set deadlines for yourself. Having a structured plan helps you stay organized and provides a roadmap to guide your progress, but also don't let the plan hang you up, because plans evolve as we begin to take action. So get a plan together, but don't let this or any other step cause you to pause again. As with the funhouse of creativity, many strange rabbit holes can open up, and before you know it, you're planning on making a plan, and then you're saying to yourself, I'll start once I know what the plan is. So that's not what I'm suggesting. Make a vague plan and begin, and then develop the plan as you go. This helps with the overwhelming nature of most of our goals as well. It's tough because it's also true that God laughs when we make plans. And we also want to be open to being guided in real time from within. None of this is so simple because we have a multifaceted nature, an egoic operating system, the small self, and an eternal one, the big self, sometimes fighting each other. If we can get these sides of ourselves to cooperate, to work together so that we can produce what is divinely inspired and then also bring it forward in a structured way, then we are indeed getting somewhere, creating a plan and allowing for inspiration to guide us from within that plan. That's the plan. Stand for. Keep it light. None of this needs to be heavy. We need not condemn ourselves. We want to push. We want to be driven, but we don't want to lose our perspective or our humor about the whole situation. Life isn't that serious, and yet it is serious. I don't know. A light touch from within, though, goes a long way. Shining the light within, becoming the light again. Keep it light, that's all. Make it fun. The magic is waiting for you to find it. And finally, number 5, embrace self-discipline and consistency. I know I just said keep it light, but we can keep it light and also commit to taking consistent action towards our goals, even when it feels challenging or when we encounter setbacks. We want to keep it light and fun, but we also don't want to wait for inspiration, but rather just work consistently no matter our emotional state or how we feel about it. If some of these things seem contradictory, it's because they are. We are always dancing on the dance floor of contradiction. For every true thing, the opposite of it is probably somewhat true as well. Our goal here is momentum, and to get it going in the right direction again or for the first time. But once we have movement, it becomes easier to ride the wave, and still we must remain vigilant, focused, and consistent. But hopefully these steps will help to build up some movement in the right direction for you. Setbacks are a natural part of any journey. Don't beat yourself up. I won't beat myself up. Beating ourselves up only leads to more paralysis by analysis. Oh no. Accept where we are fully and move from here. We're here now. Be here now with the beginner's mind. Stay resilient, learn from our experience, and we will adapt our approach as needed. We can regain the momentum that we might have lost and keep pushing towards the direction of our dreams. Let's go. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and tell me how you turn it all around and keep pushing towards the future of your dreams coming true. Thanks for watching.